Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Godzilla Rant. Sometime last year, I think it was either November or December, I gave some updated info on YouTube with regards to their updated policies. In essence, what they were going to do is they were going to hark down on these videos that are associated with large amounts of copyright materials, and those are like the videos that do video game commentaries or video game walkthroughs, or even in some cases talking about movies, movie scenes, and the ramifications of that were going to be huge. I was stating on that past video. Check it out if you have a chance, so that way you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I was stating that with regards to these videos, it's going to impact a lot of YouTubers out there whose pretty much only focus on their videos is, especially those that are gamers, are video game walkthroughs. It's still a delicate fine line when it comes to this stuff, because again, they are utilizing copyrighted materials. For all intents and purposes, it's someone else's property. They're just using it, and they're adding commentary on there with the idea that if someone adds commentary, it's considered like First Amendment free speech type stuff. So no different than, let's say, a newspaper article or a magazine article also talking about a video game. Well, I have seen some changes on there. For starters, on my end, with regards to this new policy change, it hasn't really affected me as expected, because I used a podcast format and I use very few images that are copyrighted stuff, like anything from Godzilla or from, say, other movies or from video games. Anything that I use, it's just pretty much podcast related stuff where I use text, and so it hasn't really been affected me. When it comes to the changes that I was talking about on the YouTube side, it's that a lot of these videos, people are still allowed to make them, but they're not going to be able to monetize them. Or if they do get monetized, then the money is going to go to the content owner. So, for example, if somebody does a video game walkthrough of, let's say, the last Silent Hill video game, they parcel it out over 20 parts. Whereas before they would have the ability to get monetized on all 20 videos and earn on all 20 videos. Now either they'll be rejected, like they won't have anything at all in terms of the ability to monetize them, or if they do, all the money goes to the Silent Hill creators. So again, on my end, it hasn't really affected me. I monetize my videos. It goes easy as butter, because again, I'm walking along a pretty straight line. What I have noticed, though, because I do watch those video game walkthroughs, where a lot of them are no longer monetized. They don't have ads playing in front of them anymore, and if they do, it's presumably with either that person getting permission to get a share percentage of the video monetization itself, or it's pretty much going all through the content walkthrough. But the biggest change again that I've seen is that a lot of these videos are no longer being monetized. So it looks like the impact has gone through. It has been affecting these video gamers, the ones that make these videos pretty much all day long. And again, it makes sense to think that some of these people were thinking that they were going to make a career out of this. Yeah, you can, but you got to do it a certain way. And unless you're not getting permission from these game developers, then that's it. You're out of luck on there. And what's really interesting is that, check it out. I mean, there's articles on there. Just like I'm talking about this now, there are articles that have been following up with the changes that YouTube had. These articles pretty much state the same thing, that they've been noticing several changes with these YouTube channels, particularly those channels that are part of these groups, I guess you can call them, the ones where they partner with other YouTube channels, and that way they help distribute these videos all on the same lines. Apparently the agreement before was that they set up, like, let's say Activision, they set up an agreement with Activision to get carte blanche video game approvals, so that way they can post videos about Activision games all day long. But even then, YouTube is apparently knocking those down. And the reason all for this is because potential lawsuits when it comes to these things. The lawyers, as the saying goes, the marketers love YouTube because of this, because it'll promote their game all day long. The lawyers hate it because it'll take away revenues from their companies that they represent, these video gamers, these video game companies. So it's still a fine line on there. But that's the update that I have for everybody here. I still see people making those particular YouTube videos. It's just that I don't see them much getting monetized anymore. And unfortunately, I think it's going to be a downward cycle where there's not much incentive for people to make these particular sets of playlists or YouTube channels or YouTube videos anymore if they don't get the revenue anymore. So it'll be a self-serving cycle where people were making less videos, and then the gamers will not watch as much, which means the video producers will make less, which means the gamers watch even less, and so on and so forth. So, has anybody else experienced a change on this? Again, this was all kind of behind the scenes. YouTube didn't really promote this particular change at all. But the people that made these playlists, they were definitely on top of it back then in November or December. So if anybody has also seen a change or an impact associated with this, post and share your comments below on there. I've even heard of others that have gotten those infamous copyright strikes from YouTube because somebody has been claiming that, sure enough, the particular playlist being created, it's using copyrighted material, and they had to stop doing certain things on there. So if anyone has any updates, or if anyone is a developer of these playlists, these video game playlists, and has themselves had any impact, please share your thoughts, share them below. Again, on my end, not really much updated. It's been pretty much easy on my end, so no real changes on there. But if anyone else has seen an impact, share it with everyone else so that way we can all get updated. So thanks again, everybody. Take care.